Tell us how you manage being a mum or a partner or a wife and being a real estate agent. What's the one thing that you do to make this a whole lot easier? Jodes?
Well, I don't have a partner at the moment, so Jo, you probably better answer this one. I can tell you, if you're single, it's a whole lot easier because in real estate, there's calls at night, there's constant interruptions to your personal life, and it is, everyone out there, it's a whole lot easier when you're single. If you don't have to manage your partner and the time, if they're in real estate and they understand, it's great. But if they don't, it's a challenge.
Yeah, 100%. I do agree with that. And what about being a mum, Jode? I mean, I know your boys are amazing at understanding the demands it has on you. And even in the early days, I mean, you've raised two amazing young men that just seem to have an incredible understanding and appreciation for what you do. And in their own worlds, they're very high achievers, both of them. So I suppose, you know, I know that they weren't born with that. So what did you do to help them understand kind of the bigger picture of what you were trying to achieve?
Well, they were only 5 and 7 when I separated from my husband, and that was in the real hard graft days, you know, late nights, letterbox dropping and doing all those things. And I wasn't home a lot. Like if I had to go to an appointment, I'd go. I didn't have any staff to help, so it was all on me. And yeah, they were getting quite upset like that because it became work versus them. And I didn't want it to be that. So one day I just popped them in the car and we drove around and I showed them signs. And I said, these are the reasons these people are selling. And I explained it to them in that manner, that I'm helping people, that I'm not just out doing a job, that is a job, but these people are getting divorced. These ones lost their job. They need to move away. There's all these different situations that people are moving in. And once I made it more real and just so they had a human face to put to my work as it was, it became a lot easier and they understood more. And also the fact that, you know, I explained, you know, where money comes from and how we get to have these things. And, you know, that's why they wash their own clothes and do all these things themselves. I'm like, if you want clean clothes, they need to be washed.
Yeah.
I've always just explained things like that to them and, you know, it made them have responsibility for themselves. And, you know, and I talk about the obligation that I have to my clients. And, you know, sadly for my children, I have to say it, and it does sound a bit awful, but the client always does come first. Yeah. And again, but again, not as much now. And I think that's the fluidity of markets and the change, because when in my normal market, which is long, long days on market, if there's a buyer that wants to come through at midnight on Sunday, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
You know what? But now, because we have a surplus of buyers and not as many properties, I'm like, no, so how we're rolling stuff now so we don't have to do opens. And oh my gosh, this is the first time in 8 years that I've had Saturdays. Like, it's just such a joy. And also because I'm different to you, Jo, because you're still moving up. For the last, 2 years really, I've been stepping down. And so like this is an example of how I sort of used to market and now my face is going because I want other agents to be doing it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sort of trying to get myself out of it. So I don't want to be seen on Saturdays. I don't want to be doing opens.
Yeah.
And all of these things. But now the strategy, what we're doing now is we list, say on Tuesday, put it on at 5 o'clock. All the inquiry comes through on Wednesday. We book an open for the next day and everybody comes then it sells at multiple offers.
So you do like you launch on a Tuesday.
Take inquiry on the Wednesday, the inspection on the Thursday, and we're done.
And then you're done. Yeah, interesting.
So that's the strategy we're rolling with at the moment. And it's very unusual that it won't go to multiple offer at that stage. If not, it sells a couple of days later. But that's what we're rolling with. Yeah. Very rarely do we need to even do a second inspection because people have got, fear of missing out. So they're coming there as opposed to, in 8 months ago, 12 months ago, they'd be like, no, I can only come on this day. And now it's like, if you can't come,
you're missing out.
I remember another agent once talking about it and she just said, I have days off during the week. I work Saturday and Sunday. Oh, it's Melita Bell. And she basically said, because if they can't come to that open, it's too bad because someone else will buy it. And I remember thinking, God, imagine being in a market like that where I'm usually chasing them up and down the coast in the car, dragging them, kicking and screaming to inspections and opens. And I'm like, God, imagine that. Now we're living it.
Yeah.
Like that's our market now.
And Chris Gilmore is a big advocate of not doing home opens anymore as well. So I suppose but he's, you know, again, he's at a different level than
exactly. When you're starting off, you need that branding. You need to be doing it.
Yeah. So I think that's the other thing for everybody to understand, that there's not a wrong and a right way.
No.
It's where you are in your career, what you can manage, but never, I suppose the only caveat on that would be, don't close your eyes to other opportunities. Don't just have to do it that way. You know, you do it according to what you are, what you want to do. And Jodes, I suppose the one thing that just warms my heart whenever I see your boys is that they are incredibly proud of their mum.
They're so cute.
They are.
Just this morning, I'm like, get out of the bathroom. We've only got one bathroom in the house. I'm like, I need to do some makeup today. And John, she goes, why, Mum? I said, I've got a podcast. I've got a Zoom thing on at 9 o'clock. He goes, Mum, you're always beautiful. You don't need to do anything.
That's
I'm like,
cute.
I love you.
That's
you know,
cute.
I've trained them well.